What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News, and today I want to discuss last Saturday's prelims and about the three fighters who I thought really stood out above the crowd in the prelims. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. All right, getting right into it, guys. The first guy out of my three fighters who stood out the most at UFC 277's prelims, Drakkar Klose. Dude is finally getting back on track in his winning ways after kind of being really inactive after his loss to Benil Dariush. You know, he had the incident with Jeremy Stephens at the face-offs where Jeremy Stephens pushed him and he really hurt his back. And he really hadn't fought in a very long time, you know. I mean, I'd say 2 years he didn't fight. And then he had the fight against, I think it was Brandon Jenkins, where he got the second round stoppage. And now in this fight, he had the very nice victory against Rafa Garcia. And shout out to Rafa Garcia, what a chin. Tough as fuck, game as fuck. Dude's got that dog in him. Very good performance, even though he did not come out with the victory. He just fought a better guy, a guy like Drakkar Klose, who can make anybody look average. Drakkar will never make it look pretty. He'll never really look crazy dominant. And I think that was kind of the story of this fight as well. And I think his inactivity showed even more so in that style, right? Where he was just loading shots up. He wasn't really setting anything up. He was trying to force the action, force the finish. And I think that kind of led to it kind of looking very sloppy, landing big shots. He was taking big shots as well. Like I said, he was trying to force the action. He wasn't really picking his shots very well. And, you know, even though he was still able to get the victory with all these mistakes that he made throughout, just shows how good Drakkar Klose is. And he can make anybody look average. I mean, I've become a very big fan of him in his career last, 5-6 years. His wins against Bobby Green, Christos Giagos, and Lando Venata stick out specifically, and Mark Diakisi. I mean, his only two losses are to Dariush and David Tamer. David Tamer, who was a former UFC fighter, very good kickboxer, who was also giving people problems until he ran into Charles Oliveira, and we've never seen him since. But back to Drakkar. Sorry, got sidetracked. The guy, he's very good. He doesn't make it look pretty. He got the job done. He looked good. I can't wait to see what he does next. I hope that he gets another fight to kind of keep himself active and keep himself going, to get himself back into, I guess, I wouldn't say contendership, but to ranked fighters, top 15 guys, top 18 guys. I'd like to see that. Maybe a possible matchup with the guy I'm going to be talking about next, Drew Dober, in the lightweight division. We got Drew Dober, who had a very sweet third round knockout against Rafael Alves, punched to the body, third round. Drew, man, he's such a dynamic striker. 5 wins out of his last 7 fights, all 5 victories coming via KO. His only losses, a decision to Brad Riddell and a finish. He got submitted by Islam Makhachev, which, no shame in that. Drew has looked really good his last 2 fights. He's got the finish against Terrence McKinney, kind of stopped that hype train. I'd like to see him fight a guy like Drakkar Klose next, or he was even saying that instead of kind of going against those ranked guys again or kind of chasing the title, that he would prefer good fights, good names, like striking, fun matchups. I think a fight against Paddy Pimblett at lightweight. I'm not sure if Paddy's ranked yet. I don't think he's ranked yet. I would really, really, really like to see a matchup with Drew Dober, Paddy Pimblett, maybe Drakkar Klose, Paddy Pimblett. I think that would be a really, really good option that you could have with the UFC if they want to kind of build upon Paddy. Give him a really, really good first test against a guy like Drew Dober or against a guy like Drakkar Klose. I think that would be really sweet. I think that you can make a matchup either way with what you go with those guys. Drew Dober, congratulations. You're still looking sweet. I can't wait. I'm a big fan of your career, man. Congratulations on a big win. Last but not least, Alex Moreno was my third guy in the prelims. His win against Matthew Selmsberger showed that he's able to really be crisp, be precise, pick his shots, keep moving, frustrate his opponent in Selmsberger, who was just the Jedi. The guy's just got that one-punch power, and Alex was able to avoid that for the most part and fight his fight, be the veteran, pick his shots, be more slick, be more precise. He was able to get to the button quicker. He was using straighter shots to get to the target faster. We had Selmsberger, who was more loading up, trying to force the action, and that kind of went to his detriment. He wasn't able to pick his shots in a better way. He wasn't able to kind of cut Morona off. He had his moments. He was able to catch Morona on some shots, but when it came down to it, Morona was the better veteran. He had more tools in his tool case. He was able to... And the thing was with Alex Moreno, you don't see a lot of weaknesses in his game. He's very good at pretty much everything, very well rounded, but he's not great at anything either. He doesn't have the look, he doesn't have the style to excite you, but the guy can bust off wins. He's very good, and don't sleep on Alex the Great White Moreno. The guy looked very phenomenal. I'm pretty sure all three of those fighters got bonuses except for Jakar Close. So I think it was those two fighters, Moreno, Dober. I think they got bonuses. Close had a good win. I'd like to see what he can do moving forward. Alex Moreno, he said that he's not even fighting a title either or chasing a title either. He said that he's more focused on his gym and his business, and this is kind of what he likes to do. You know, he's able to compete on the side, and I think that he's also trying to find those really nice matchups, exciting matchups, things that can bring in fight of the night rather than chasing the title, being the company man. So I like what Alex Moreno's doing. It seems like he's kind of fighting the career that he wants to fight, get the matchups that he wants to get. And I like what he's doing so far, and I want to see what he can do moving forward. The guy's still young, still in his prime, and can definitely get some damage done with the rest of his career. Guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I'd love to hear in your comments of what you guys think on what those guys did in their performances. If I left anything out, if you guys have any honorable mentions, I'd love to hear it in the comment section. So don't forget to give your opinion. Guys, Mr. Mustache MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.